Good morning everyone, once again here from Mozambique in Africa. Today we're in a little village on the coast called Tofo. It's like a sleepy fishing surf village, really cool. So it's quite a mission to get here. We woke up at 5 a.m. yesterday and got on a long bus ride all the way to a place nearby called Inhambane, and that cost 745 meticais per person. And then from there we got in a van that took about half an hour to get here for 100 per person, and it was super packed, probably the most packed little van that we've ever seen. We could have got a private taxi too, it would have been a lot more though. I think it's 1,200 for the private taxi. So we got here at 2 p.m. So we left at 5 a.m. from Maputo and got here at 2 p.m. And the accommodation that we're staying in is absolutely amazing. It's $50 a night, around $50. Carol's just doing some work.
Hello. Here we have the perfect office setup.
Yeah, check this out for the office. So we have this big deck here, and yeah, we're right on the main beach of Tofo. Got the sunbeds. Look at this for a beautiful beach. So we have access right here if we want. Massive, pretty much deserted beach. Especially this part, there's barely any people. The main center of Tofo is in the corner, but from what we've seen there's not even that many people around there. And we got the nice waves for surfing, so we're gonna rent some boards for 5 days later on. And this is how our place looks on the outside. So all this big area is ours. There's another room below us, so it is really big. I could even live in a place like this. It's pretty much just all together. So we got the kitchen, got a few little like sofas and chairs. The bed's really good too. Didn't have any mosquitoes or anything yesterday. They have the net here, but didn't see any. And behind is just like a wardrobe. And then the bathroom here. So what an absolutely amazing deal for $50 a night. There is no internet though, but we do have some internet on the phone, so yeah, we're able to work. And we just bought a bunch of fish for $50 that was just caught this morning by some fishermen. So this is some of it, and the rest is in the freezer. This is tuna, loads of tuna. That'll be for multiple days. So they have like a helper here that cleans the place, and he's just gone into town to buy some things because he's gonna do like a little fish barbecue for us. We'll obviously be paying him like a tip for that. So I think he's going to be cooking the fish here for us.
So I have finished preparing the Brazilian rice, the famous Brazilian rice, and the caretaker, our friend Natalino, is finishing preparing the fish, barbecue fish. Como está? Quase pronto.
Quase pronto.
So the fish is ready, super barbecued, lots of flies. I like the smell. Looks nice and crispy. Arroz com peixe.
Fish.
So we're heading into the main center of Tofo now. It really is so beautiful around here. So the drive all the way up here from Maputo was kind of like this everywhere. It's just countryside, palm trees, farms. I also like that it's all sandy roads here in Tofo, pretty much everywhere.
Tofu.
Tofu.
Not tofu.
Tofu. It sounds like tofu.
Yeah, I kept making the same mistake, but now I think I've learned the correct way of saying it.
And this place kind of reminds us a bit of the Philippines.
Yes, but I think it's more similar to Bahia in Brazil, which we love. It's like our favorite state in Brazil. And we went to a place over there that was similar with sandy roads like this and coconut trees and Yeah, it was just amazing, just like this.
Yeah, even in Maputo, which we didn't get to show properly in the previous video, that kind of seemed a bit like Brazil there too. So we're entering the main center now. Look how beautiful it looks here with the big palm trees. We came here the other day. So a lot of the resorts are diving resorts. Scuba diving is very popular here. They have like the whale sharks. I think they have dolphins too. And it's really cool because all the places are like this wooden, kind of like shacks. We ate at this place the other day. So these are all restaurants and stores. I think these kind of beach places are my favorite.
Yeah, we always love when we go to a place and it's like this.
Natural.
Yeah, and a hippie vibe.
Yeah, so I think for me, places with palm trees, the thatch roofs, sandy roads are still my favorite overall. Juice bar. And over here you got some souvenir stores. Nice and colourful African clothes. Don't know if we'll buy something. Nice designs though. So it's very quiet right now because we found out that we're in the low season. It's the rainy season. I think the high season starts in April until November, around November. So there isn't actually that many people around. I think some of these are accommodations up there. Really cool place to stay. Right on the beach. Wonder how much these ones cost.
I think right now it's around 60. Maybe you can find something for $50 even, because it's low season.
Even on the beachfront like this?
Maybe.
Tem 100 então?
Você leva de puxinha, só para me ajudar também.
Não, obrigado. Somente isso.
Tá bom,
Aqui agora tá quieto, né?
Sim, sim.
Não tem muita turista agora? Quando vão vir?
Abril.
Abril?
Sim, isso.
É a temporada? Ah, tá.
Tá bom então?
Obrigado.
Tá bom, tá bom.
Obrigado.
Tá, obrigado.
Água do coco, amigo?
Não,
Não,
valeu.
agora não.
Obrigado.
Amigo, por
So I ended up buying this bag. Can you open it? I can't do it with one hand. Didn't really want it, but helped the guy out. 400. It's nice though. Oh, it's two designs.
Yeah, you can choose.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we got two bags in one.
We didn't need it, but we met that guy on the first day that we arrived.
I think we told him that day, we were like, another day we'll buy something.
And yeah, when they see we are Brazilian, I don't know, I think they like us. But yeah, we bought it. But now everybody wants to sell us things.
Yeah. So that was 400.
Olá, amigo.
Olá, amigo.
Como está?
Tudo bem?
Obrigado. Leva de mim.
Let's do the water test.
Yeah.
Like always. We are expecting it to be warm here from what I've read. Here we go.
Very warm, like Caribbean, or maybe even warmer than Caribbean.
Yes, I think finally we can surf without a wetsuit.
Yeah.
Wetsuits are a bit of a pain to put on, take off. It'll be nice trying to surf without it. Yeah, so you can see people doing lessons here, the beginners. You can rent boards right here. There's also some stores back there. Like Carol said before though, this is so identical to Bahia in Brazil. It really does just look completely the same. Like even the color of the sand, the water, it's all like this. The scenery, the accommodations. And I think if you walk around the corner, you end up at a different beach. So we're gonna see if we can walk all the way around. It's low tide right now. We've also noticed that their Portuguese seems kind of similar to Brazilian Portuguese.
Yeah, it's very easy to understand. I mean, it's still not the same accent, but it's quite easy to understand for me, like a Brazilian. So I think it's because they watch many things from Brazilian TV and movies and everything, soap operas and music. The Brazilian culture is very present here, and I think that's why they have some similarities with the type of Portuguese that they speak here.
Yeah, we noticed they even have some of the slang that we say over there.
Yeah.
Estamos juntos.
Estamos juntos.
So it seems like their Portuguese is a kind of mix between Portuguese from Portugal and Brazilian Portuguese. Because Portuguese from Portugal, their accent is completely different to the Brazilian one.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's like somewhere in between. And a lot of the coast around here is sand dunes. So even where we're staying over there somewhere, it's all like a sand dune too. We're kind of built on top of it. And I forgot to mention that this is the Indian Ocean. So that's why it's nice and warm. Yeah, so around the corner is the other beach. This one's called Tofinho, which means little tofu. So you have tofu and tofinho. And this one's also full of sand dunes. You can see like accommodations at the top, or restaurants. I think the main center is all the way down there in the corner. Not going to be walking all the way there right now though. Olá. Vou querer o peito de frango, empanada.
Sim.
Isso vem com arroz?
Vem com batata e salada, pode ser com arroz.
Pra mim arroz.
Tá.
Sim.
Arroz e salada?
Sim.
Esse vegetarian matapa vem com o quê? É arroz e matapa?
Sim.
Tá, eu vou querer um desse. Obrigada.
Obrigado. So we've come to a restaurant right at the far corner of the beach called Casa na Praia. Even got like vlog music going on. This is the kind of music I put in our videos. Pretty cool, laid back. And this Casa na Praia, I think it's also an accommodation place. You can stay here if you want. But a really nice beach bar. Got some sunbeds, people chilling out. And I got the breaded chicken with rice and salad. That was 800. And Carol got a really interesting looking dish.
Yeah, this is called matapa, which is a Mozambican dish, and I think it's from this region here, Inhambane, and I think it's made from young cassava leaves. That's why it has this color.
Cassava leaves?
Yes. But I think there's also like peanuts and some other stuff mixed. It's a very interesting texture.
Yeah, I don't know if we've had cassava leaves before.
No.
Only cassava.
And from what I read, normally they eat this with crab and some other shellfish, but this is a vegetarian version, so only vegetables and rice. Very unique taste, but it's very nutty. Like you can feel that there's like a lot of nuts inside, so you cannot have it.
Yeah, I'm allergic to nuts, especially peanuts. Do you like it though?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, maybe with something else, maybe potatoes, not just rice, but it's good. The dish itself, it's good.
So we're back at our little beach house once again. We're gonna be heading out soon. We just arranged a taxi to take us to another popular beach place here, which is actually all the way down there, all the way down the coast. You could probably walk there. Looks like it would take over an hour. Seems to be some sort of lighthouse down there, which you probably can't see. And I think the taxi's gonna be 700. That's just to take us. And then I don't know if we're gonna come back with the same guy, or if we just find someone there to bring us back. We'll see. So this place is called Baja. Once again, looking extremely beautiful on arrival. Basically the same as Tofo. So there's like a little beach restaurant here. Probably go there later on. And from what we saw on Google Maps, it looks like there's an interesting place here where there might be some sandbanks if the tide is low. Really beautiful drive.
Yeah, and there's no one here. I thought there will be some groups of people, I don't know, maybe later, because today is a Sunday, but nobody here.
Yeah, completely to ourselves, even emptier than Tofo. So back there, there's lots of accommodations, but I think it's all quite spread out on this coast. And it's an absolutely massive beach. It just goes on and on, so yeah, I think everything's spread out. Yeah, check that little beach house there. An amazing location. Right on the sand. Wouldn't mind knowing how much that one costs. All these are right on the sand. This is your view all day. This part looks pretty cool. Got sand on either side. It's almost like a little pool to swim in. And I mentioned before that we're here in the rain season, but we've been pretty much lucky.
Yeah, I think there was only one day that it was raining a lot, but it was a day that we were just relaxing. We We were tired, so we didn't do anything.
Yeah, so that's obviously great. But if you look that way, quite a few clouds there. I don't think it's gonna rain though. Mainly blue skies. So we kind of underestimated how long this walk is. Like, we've been walking and then when we check the map we haven't really gotten anywhere. So I don't think we're going to walk all the way there. We were going to go to the far point. I think we're just going to hang out here. Got another one of those cool areas that's like a natural swimming pool. Yeah, this is unusual looking, isn't it?
Yeah, very different.
Water must come in down there somewhere. Comes into here. I'll get the drone out though to explore the area, see what we can find. So we decided to come back to that first pool. It's even lower tide now. Carol's got the nice chill spot.
I'm gonna take a nap.
It's like a bed. Yeah, it's like perfect to lie down. It's comfy too, soft. Sunbathe. The other pool looked a bit murky, kind of like yellow. Here's really nice. So in the next video we're going to be heading to a place which I think is like the #1 beach destination in Mozambique, called Vilanculos. We're going to be flying there. There's an airport nearby here, but that place in the pictures kind of looks like more Caribbean, Maldives level, the pure white sand. I think the water is more like a turquoise color too, but this is already amazing either way, especially since we got it all to ourselves. We literally haven't seen a single person yet, not even like a local fisherman. It's completely empty. So that's gonna be it for this video. We've absolutely loved this place and could easily spend way longer here. I don't know if I mentioned at the beginning, but we've been here 5 days overall, so a really nice amount of time. But I wouldn't mind spending a few weeks. We really love it. Just the perfect beach vibe for us here. I am pretty beat up from the surfing though, so as I mentioned, we don't need to use a wetsuit here. So I just went in my normal shorts, but I didn't know that I'd get all these cuts, so look at that, that's like pure flesh. And even on my arms, like I got rashes everywhere, all over, even my stomach. So that's why in the surfing scenes you ended up seeing me with like a t-shirt, and I used like thermal bottoms. and then yeah, it was okay. And I think Carol's just taking in the final view since we're about to head out. Really like this place too. Just be good if they had internet. It would have been easier for us to do some work. On the phone's not great. And hopefully more tourists come here in the following months, because we can kind of see that things seem a bit difficult for the locals.
Yeah, we talked with many vendors and even the helper here, Natalino. The other day we had lunch with him, and we were talking about the situation in Mozambique, specifically here. And we can see that it's hard for the locals. For example, Natalino told us that in his area there's no electricity, so they have to purchase their own solar panels and stuff. So it's very complicated and not cheap, as you can imagine. And I'm not sure how the government situation is, but from what we see, they don't help that much, the locals. But hopefully with tourism, this place can become a better place for the locals to live.
Yeah, also speaking with some of the locals on the beach, it seems like a lot of people didn't really go to school here. I think they have to pay for secondary school. I don't know what age that is. I know in like England and Brazil, I think that's around 10, 11 years old. So I think they do primary school, and then if they can't afford it, they're basically just no education from like 10, 11 years onwards. And also there are a lot of vendors here. There seems to be almost more vendors than tourists. And we was even speaking to one of the coconut guys that we showed quickly in the beginning after we bought that bag. And he said some days he might just sell like one coconut right now. And that's like 100 meticais. And even in like the peak season, he's lucky if he sells like 10 of those. So yeah, it just seems a bit tough. But yeah, at least tourism's increasing here. And I think it should get a little bit better. So as I mentioned, the next videos will be from Vilanculos, which is supposed to have the beautiful white beaches, and the forecast is looking great now. It's showing sun. I think we might be doing like a boat tour there too, so that's what will be coming up. If you like this one, just drop a like as usual to support us. Subscribe to see more videos like this, follow us on Instagram, and we'll see you in the next one.